Hey everybody, it's Keith with BobsCNC, and I am here as always with my best friend Bob.
Didn't seem that way a minute ago.
Well,
and I'm
no.
here with my best friend Keith.
So you're starting something already?
Okay, well, let's do it.
Anyway, welcome to Shop Talk. Today we are going to talk about a new emerging market.
Yeah.
In fact, it might be a whole new source of wealth for some people, right?
All right? It could be, I suppose.
We've seen over the last year that there have been a growing number of used machines on the market.
Yeah, BobsCNC machines.
Yeah.
So we've been in business for what, a little over 5 years?
Seems
So,
like 15.
so we're starting to see some people selling their machines. That's not very nice.
I know it.
Okay.
That's why I did it.
So we thought we'd do a video on, we get this question, what do I look for when I'm buying a used machine?
Right.
So we thought we would address it here.
The first thing I think you ought to look for is at the very front of the machine. It's either going to say nothing, which is
the very earliest machine.
the first machines, we didn't have a laser name tag, but it's going to say maybe E4 or E3 versus Evolution 3 and 4. And if you have an E series, you're going to have to reference an earlier manual than trying to use the Evolution series manuals.
Yeah, so
to work with
we have a
machine.
video out there that tells the difference between the Evolution 3 and the E3 or the Evolution 4 and the E4. So watch that if you're wanting to understand the differences. But what do you look for when you're you got one that you got one that you guys selling on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace
or I might know a guy that has one.
Yep.
Yeah, because now you're going to help me here.
Okay.
Because I'm looking at, it looks like it's well put together.
Okay.
It looks like everything fits. Things roll back and forth.
Okay.
But when I plug it in, maybe it doesn't hold.
So I guess if I'm looking for a machine, first of all, I want the customer to show me that it homes. When we say that it homes, it means that you use the software to drive it back to the home switches, and then they back off a little bit. So you're going to know all of the components are working if it homes successfully. If it doesn't home successfully, then you need to understand why it doesn't, or understand you may have to spend some money to get it to home correctly.
If you want to pick up that, let's spin that around. Just kind of examine that a little bit.
Okay, so yeah, this is the back of the gantry. Now, if you're looking at a used machine, one thing that you can do to tell that a person is really meticulous is all of the wiring is done really nice. If it's really sloppy back here, then I would say that you're going to have to go through that and tighten it up. There's electrical interference that can cause if wires are close to the wrong wires. So in our assembly manuals, we took great care to make sure that the wires were the way they're supposed to be. The other thing to do is just check for general looseness of it. So if I can grab this and I can chunk it around, then it probably wasn't assembled correctly, or it's got some wear. But I will say on our Evolution series, it's eccentric spacers, so it's really going to be just an adjustment.
No, I'm listening.
Oh, okay.
I was captivated.
All right, you were okay. You were interested.
I didn't even need pictures.
Okay, I thought you were like sleeping. So I guess the other thing, and probably the biggest issue that you're going to have with an older machine, is the router itself. So I will say that on the E series, you're going to have a different type of router, which the owner took some pieces apart to get it to mount it. You can still buy those. They're less than $100. They're a fixed speed. But they're a simple motor, as are the newer ones, so the brushes wear out. So if you have him turn on the router before you buy it, you should hear it wind up really smoothly. If it makes a gurgling sound, you're probably into new brushes. Not a big expense, they're $15 or $20, but that will definitely keep your router from working correctly. As a matter of fact, even if you have worn brushes, it causes more electrical interference that can cause your CNC router to malfunction. So definitely give the router a spin up and make sure that it comes up to speed nice and smoothly and doesn't sound gurgly for a lack of a weather. You'll
sound like it's drowning.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Well, I don't know if it does, but I mean, that's what gurgling says to me.
Okay.
Another real practical thing is just take a look at all the nuts and the bolts in the machine and see if you can find the evidence of the guy who put it together using Loctite. There'll either be a little blue around the threads,
or pink fingernail
or
polish.
you could have somebody use fingernail polish. If they use clear fingernail polish, you're not going to know. But what you want to do is just grab a Phillips screwdriver and check each of the fasteners for
each of them. That would take you all day.
Well,
maybe a random sample.
I wouldn't. I'd check them.
I'd
check them all.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm very thorough and careful.
Okay. So one of the things or some of the things that you don't really need to be concerned about, and when I say this, it's not that they don't need to be replaced every once in a while, would be like belts. We sell them by the foot on our website, but honestly, you can find them on eBay or Amazon. They can ship for a lot less than we can do. So belts are really inexpensive to replace. Stepper motors themselves aren't that expensive, but we've been in this business for a little over 5 years, and we've probably seen less than a half a dozen go bad. So the stepper motors are going to be fine if it homes. The controller itself on the back that we showed you before, it's you can build your own for less than $25, or you can get one from us that's pre-programmed, pre-tested for less than $70. So there's not a lot of super expensive parts on this. If the router is completely bad, you can go to your Home Depot or wherever you shop and just buy a regular Makita router. So it will fit.
A real simple summary: make sure you know what series you have, Evolution or the original E-Series. Make sure that you take the time to download the original manuals and read them over. Make sure everything is snug and tight, that your bearings roll smoothly. Make sure that the wiring connections on the controller are correct. That's pretty much it.
Yep. And if you have any other questions that your particular model that you're looking at that you want to ask us, get a hold of us at the help desk at BobsCNC, and we'd be happy to answer those questions for you.
And if you're brand new to CNC, we want you to become part of the BobsCNC community. We got a whole group of people that are excited that you're getting into this, and they'll do everything they can to help you succeed, as well as we will too.
All right,
so until next time, we'll see ya.